Let's take a look at recurring billing. Recurring billing serves many different purposes. When we open up the tab, the drop-down, our first option is Add Customer. Here is where you can save your customer's information. You can save home address, phone number, email address. You can also create a customer ID individually for each one of your clients to track payments if you'll be running them through the virtual terminal. So now we're going to add the customer. Now Holly is added and we have all of her information here. The next tab is View Customers. We're going to go ahead and find Holly through our View Customers tab. By dropping down the search by, you can find by quite a few different methods. By customer ID, company name, first name, last name, and email. I am going to go ahead and look by first name. Another way you can find all of your customers, if you don't have too many, is making sure your active customers is checked and simply hitting Find Customers. This will drop down every single one of your customers that is active. And you'll see that Holly Jolly is here at the bottom. By opening the profile, I now have all of Holly's information in front of me. In the case that I want to save a credit card for Holly, I can do that by simply hitting the Add Credit Card or ACH tab. What type of payment would you like to add? We're going to add a credit card, and here it actually lets me store credit card information to later bill. Now I can charge the card now, or I can save it for later use only. I'm going to go ahead and save this card. Now I have a credit card that has been saved under Holly Jolly. I can come into Holly Jolly's profile at any point and run a transaction. Everything is automatically populated for us in the virtual terminal. The card is not present, so I'm going to deselect the checkbox. And I'm going to go ahead and run the transaction. We have now ran a transaction using our tokenization method in our customer profile. The next tab we have is View Contracts. Here we can view anything that we have our system automatically billing on a regular basis. To add a contract, the first thing we need to do is we need to find the customer. I'm going to search by first name and I'm going to pull up Holly. Now I have Holly's information and her credit card number stored. We're going to go ahead and select Add Contract. This is going to allow me to create my own contract that is going to automatically bill Holly during the period that I'd like. Here we can create our own contract. We start with the contract ID. We give it a contract name. The date we want the contract to start. The day we'd like the contract to end. You can save multiple credit cards on file for Holly or for any of your customers. In this drop-down, you'll be able to find all of the different cards saved. You'll choose the according one. Now it asks us how often we'd like to execute this contract. We have many options here. We have once per day, once per week, bi-weekly, monthly, annually, semi-monthly, semi-annually, and 4 times per year or quarterly. To the right, we have subtotal for the transaction. How much are we going to be billing for this contract during that month on that monthly basis? If a transaction is ever declined on this contract, it can be reprocessed once per day. How many times would you like to reprocess this contract if it declines? You do have the option to have the transaction retried up to 10 days in a row. Would you like to receive a confirmation email when a transaction is approved on this contract? That is completely up to you. I'm going to go ahead and select yes. Would you like to receive a confirmation email when a transaction is declined on the contract? Again, that's up to you. I'm going to select yes. To the customer, would you like transaction receipts to be emailed to the customer? You have the option of never, on all transactions, declines only or approvals only. Now we can go ahead and we can add our contract. Our contract is now ready and it will actively start being processed. By hitting payment history, we'll be able to see all of the transactions or past payments tied to this contract. To edit the contract, simply select the contract ID and edit the details. To disable a contract temporarily, simply select inactive and update contract. When you're ready to start billing again, you can go ahead and simply select active and again update contract. That's how you set up contracts on the Paygistics Gateway. I'm Susie Zeisser with Payment Logistics.